Good morning. So we're going to go ahead and get into our daily message, okay? So I am going to be using these Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle. We're going to pull a few and clarify with some tarot. All right, so the first card out, let's see what this is. We have the High Priestess of Spirit. So this is, High Priestess of Spirit is knowing that, spirit is all around you. So no matter what is in front of you, there's always some kind of mystery that's brewing. Something is brewing behind the scenes that you don't always see. So, sometimes we take things personally, or we think, why me, or things like that. But a lot of times it's, there are angels and spirit in the universe working its magic to remove things from our life that's not on our path, to create things to teach us lessons, things like that. So just know that there's something going on behind the scenes of a situation. And the tarot card we have for that is the Ace of Swords. So there you could be getting some clarity, some kind of revelation coming up here, some truth coming out. So if there's a mystery, pay attention to signs and synchronicities, because there could be something coming up for you to realize. It could even be just in your intuition, where we sense those red flags but we don't pay attention. And this actually could involve a love situation, a connection with someone else. This also could be a Gemini. So there's something that you might not be aware of, but there is going to be some clarity. The universe and spirit are going to send you some kind of synchronicity or sign or intuitive thought or something in your dreams about some kind of love relationship, some kind of connection here. And so pay attention to that. It also could be about a choice that you need to make as well. So that's our first round. So the second card we have here is Vision, and it's Aphrodite. So Vision is, this card means that no matter what you lose, there's something better going to replace it. So it could have something to do with this relationship, maybe there's something that you're hung up on, or you're not sure about because things have changed, or it's just not happening, or something like that. So it doesn't have to be related, but it could be. But this is, realizing that sometimes we lose things so better things can come in. Some things fall apart, so other things, better things can fall together. And it looks like there could have been some betrayal. So, you might be wondering, like, how could this person do this to me? What happened? We were doing so well, and you don't understand things, you're questioning things, you're beating yourself up about it. But this is saying this happened behind the scenes because Spirit and the universe moved it out. It has a divine plan that's, going to be a better outcome, because we do have this success. So even though it looks like a betrayal and failure, in the scheme of things, it is actually going to be successful. It's going to lead you to victory. You're going to move forwards to something better for you. Then we have Oath here. So this oath is, keeping our promises. So whether you, make sure you're true to your word, when you put something out there, if you can't keep something, just keep quiet, don't make promises, because it's very important to keep our integrity with telling the truth, right? Because once we say something that's not true, or we do something completely different in our actions that we say, people are going to have mistrust. And this could be, since this is a masculine, it could be that person that you were connected with this Lover's card. It could be that. It could be this person here. Maybe they broke their promise to you and you're questioning things now. So whatever this is, it's about that. And again, we have this Two of Cups. So it's somebody that you were connected to, on a harmonious level. So maybe they didn't keep their word, or maybe you didn't keep your word, and maybe now there's been some kind of betrayal here, or you're feeling betrayed because somebody didn't keep their word. And it has to do with some kind of toxic energy here. So this, to me, seems like it could be a relationship problem, or some kind of betrayal, some kind of breakup here. Okay, so let's get the next round. Then we have Kramisha with listening. Listening. I always thought that card looked nice. But this listening is about, paying attention to people's actions. So I do feel like a lot of you might have gotten some red flags and you just kind of dismissed them. So you might have had that feeling. Excuse me. Let me get a drink here. Hold on. You might have had an inclination or feeling or gut feeling, something, some kind of little red flag telling you that something wasn't right. But you would listen to the words. Maybe they were a charmer, or maybe they were lying their way through it, because we did have that oath that this is saying, to pay attention to the actions. Pay attention to what your gut's telling you. So pay attention to the gestures and read between the lines here. Okay, so that's what that's saying. And then with that, we have this Hanged Man. So again, see, you have to see things outside the box. Not what everybody tells you with the words is accurate. So sometimes you have to see it for yourself, or pay attention to how they're acting about some situation. And again, your intuition. So I do feel like a lot of you were, having this gut feeling, even though it might have been a harmonious, great relationship, all of a sudden something shifted. Something inside you was like, something's not right. What's going on here? So, maybe you dismissed it because you thought, I can't trust my intuition, or, oh, it's just me being paranoid, or something like that. Or they're telling me, no, that's not true. So you went along with it. But there's something here about, listening to what, besides listening to the words, pay attention to the gestures, the actions, the underlying, what's between the lines. Maybe they're acting a certain way, but then they're saying something completely different. So, seeing things, the bigger picture here, and trusting that gut. And the last card here we have is the Warrior. So this Warrior is this the last one? Yeah. So this Warrior here is all about that, you're being protected. This is also somebody that stands strong. So honestly, I kind of feel like there could be, how that energy was moving away. We were moving away from things. We were moving away, and then we have these two masculine energies. So I kind of feel like a lot of you, the spirit and the universe, maybe you had a harmonious relationship. Things were looking good. In the beginning, we're all in our, more lust and trying to look good. And, we act differently in the beginning of a relationship, right? So then eventually maybe something came out. Something came out here, and they revealed who they really were, or they got distracted, or they got scared of commitment, or their real true self come out, where they're a player or something like that. So I kind of almost feel like it's two energies here. So I do feel like something might have happened here where the universe and spirit kind of was working behind the scenes. And the universe will make people mess up, so we will walk away from it. They do. They'll make somebody mess up to get them out of our life. It's kind of like those tower moments, because then that toxic energy came in. So with this energy here, I think there could be somebody better coming in. When things get moved out of our way, a lot of times something better is coming in. So it could be between two people. This one might have looked great. See, look at the difference of them. Not that this guy's not good looking, but this guy's all muscular and tan, And then this guy looks kind of beaten down and a little more scrawny. He still looks good. I'm not saying that, but you know what I'm saying? He's all in the shade here. He's all glowing, So sometimes what looks good, that temptation, isn't what's best for us. So I feel like here, this could be, spirit made this person mess up, and you might be feeling pretty crappy because it was good in the beginning, And maybe our ego kicks in and like, ooh, they look good, or whatever. But this person is coming in. This person that's more loyal and understanding and truthful, because we have that oath, keeps their word, right? So this person could be coming in. So that's what this protection is. I feel like the universe was kind of protecting you from that more negative, toxic energy. So this is somebody that's more deeply committed. And, life is all about discerning who is true and who's not. So, you might have got those red flags thinking like, well, they look good, but man, someone's telling me now something's not right. But then, we want to believe like, hey, because they look good, That's the funny thing, because even like, you hear about these people that commit crimes, like serial killers and things like that. Like, well, they look like they were a nice person by the outer appearance, and then they end up being a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. I'm so sorry. My throat chakra. So, you could be feeling like you're a little trapped and stuck. That universe, like, why is this working out? Why does this never happen? So you could be a little fenced in your head, overthinking. But just realize that the universe and spirit have a divine plan that's for your better, highest good. This could be somebody from your past. And also, you could be in that nostalgia of thinking about tan guy here. But, don't over romance the situation. We can't sit there and think about, well, this was good, or the sex was good, or this was good, or they looked good, or they had, so funny. But the bottom line is that they betrayed you, and they aren't sorry for it, or they've done it continuously, or they walked out of your life with no explanation and blamed you. Do you really want somebody like that? Because usually they're going to do it again, unless they do a major healing. Yes, people F up, but a lot of times they're going to do it again. So this person is coming in. It could be for somebody from your past. Could be somebody that's very healing, but they are, more committed. They're more loyal, And if you want to change, if you've been having bad relationships and you still keep going for that bad guy, or the one that looks good on the surface, or maybe is a player, they know how to charm people or something like that, it might be time to switch it up and go completely different here. So I feel like, the universe is bringing somebody better in for you. But, you got to, want it too. Because it's your choice. You have free will. The universe gives us free will. They send us in the right path, but we have free will to steer off that path. And all they're going to do is kind of keep trying to redirect you by bringing in tower moments and signs and synchronicities and all that stuff, and karma, until we get the lesson right. But that's what I feel like this message is. So today we have a little bit of a relationship message. So again, we have, is this, oh, wait a minute, I forgot one. One more card. This High Priestess of Air. So this is actually, contemplating things, using your mind, really think of things. Because sometimes we let our lust and our heart, it's good to be in your heart, don't get me wrong, but we have to have that balance. Because if we're in our heart and we choose, where's that guy again? Where's that player guy? Where's the tan guy? We go for oh, this one looks good, and he charms me so I feel good, what he says is making me feel good, and like that. So if we're going for that and we're not using our brain, like, hey, okay, this guy might look good, but then he's running out, and he's thinking the grass is always greener, and he's not answering my texts, and he's on the surface and out in public he might be like, oh baby, you're the best, I'd do anything for my woman, but then behind the scenes he's not taking your text, he's blaming you for things, he's running off with other women or men. It could be a man too, women, men, both of you. Then you have to be logical about it. You can't go from that lust or that desire or that negative energy, so you have to discern it. So spirit and the universe are saying, this is reading between the lines, as well as that rational thought, using your mind to consider what's right for you, what's the next best thing, and thinking before you act. So if this person comes back around again, you're not just jumping back into bed or wherever with them. Okay, being logical. You're putting yourself first, because there is something better that the universe is trying to bring through. So are you going more about appearances, that lust energy, or do you want something like the real deal that's going to have your back and support you and be around for the long haul and not going to bail on you, or not look for the grass being greener, right? They're going to mow their own damn lawn. So anyway, so this is, and it might be too that you have to have some conversations with this person, conversations, not ending up at their house, dating them again in their bed. Anyway, but you have free will. You can do what you want. You're just going to keep getting that lesson over and over and keep having the same cycle playing out. But this is saying, use that logical mind, okay? And also I feel like you might be somehow having a conversation with this person coming up. Okay? So, be careful. Don't just shoot it down right away, because, our actions also and our words have consequences. So if you shoot this down, there might be, you might end that cycle possibly happening, because I do feel like this person coming in could be, a lot more grounded and in their integrity and things like that. All right, so then we have strength. So this could be happening now because this is a Leo card. And I also think that the Lionsgate portal might have helped. It also might be a Leo, but this is having that inner strength. So if you're feeling, that lust is calling you and you're like, tap into your logic and tap into that inner strength and know that you deserve better. And if you have to, take responsibility for how you react and the consequences that are going to occur. A lot of people don't take into account that we have consequences for everything we do. They're all about like, yes, I have the right to do this, but are you thinking about the long-term consequences? Not just for you, but for everybody. Because that's a cycle of karma coming in. We have to that's what this world is. It's just like we take no responsibility sometimes for our own actions, but also for the consequences of our actions, that it's going to affect a lot more people. And then we need to get more into that mindset. It's always about me, 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 me. And we have to get out of that. So, because again, I feel like the universe is warning you that there's going to be a heartbreak in the future if you don't. You're going to be repeating that same cycle again. So it's like, hey, remember this? You're not getting into all that over romanticizing. So when they come back and talk their charming words about, baby, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I was stupid, you're the only one for me. And then you have that little guy waiting in the wings that would be there and feel honored to have you in their life and treat you like a queen, right? So that is your message today. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.